And Keith Springer, the Fox 40 financial analyst, joining us via phone this morning here, Keith. And Keith, we got off to a pretty gangbuster start on the market. It had been open for a minute. We were up 100 points. It's up 131 right now. What's going on?
You know, a lot of us pent-up demand. Most of it has to do with there's been such negativity about the budget talks and the fiscal cliff that just a little bit of good news sends the market soaring.
Well, we'll take it, I guess. I'd love to talk about this and what the market thinks about this. A big news story has been the International Energy Agency, which is a separate agency, saying that the U.S. is poised to become energy independent and in not very far into the future. How does the market look at a claim like that? Because it's much in the news.
You know, that's big news for the country in general. It's good for oil independence because it means fuel costs will come down. It means a lot because we save a lot of money in defense budgets because we don't have to be over in the Middle East fighting for oil if we don't need other people's oil. So it's good news for the country in every front. So it's everybody should be cheering for that fact.
Well, I mean, and if that's going to happen, do I think about sinking some money into a fund that specializes in American energy?
Well, I don't know of any funds that specialize in specifically American energy. A lot of it has to do with the natural gas exploration they found over the last 5 to 10 years, and shale, a lot of the North Dakota shale. That type of technology wasn't around 10 or 20 years ago,
right.
And it's really just been the last few years where that's really built up. So that's what's really caused it. And we're poised to become the biggest natural gas producer, and I believe 2017, and really, I think, to take over Saudi Arabia in oil production, I think by around 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
That is big news. And we've been talking about the fiscal cliff for weeks now. What's the latest on that?
You know, it's going to be up and down. We had some positive news on Friday where they all agreed to agree, and then pretty soon
they agreed to agree.
Yeah, and they're going to come in, any day now and say, well, we had a disappointment, which will send the market, reeling. And then they'll come back in a few hours later and say, no, everything is fine. So it's going to be up and down until we actually have it inked on paper.
Yeah, which again makes us, those of us that are thinking we might be closer to retirement than others, makes us real nervous, Keith. Probably be a good
that's why it's so important, Paul, for investors not to take all the risk in the market. Invest for need, not for greed, my friend.
I knew you'd say that, and it'd probably be a good day to pick up the phone and talk to Keith Springer. Thanks, Keith. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks.
And if you have any questions for Mr. Springer, just send them to money@fox40.com, or, as I said, pick up the phone. His number is 916-925-8900.
And here's Sheldon Orvis in the Atlantis Reno Traffic Center with your commute to work.
Well, Bethany, delays are